Okay, we shall start the class. Okay, students, in the last class, we have started about e-learning, right?
Yes,
So,
sir.
we have, right? Sorry? Okay, we have started about e-learning. That e-learning is a electronic learning or the online learning. It refers to any program of learning or training or education where electronic device applications and process are used for knowledge creation, management and transfer. Okay, because where the electronic devices are the online that which is used for the knowledge transferring or knowledge creation, knowledge management, it's all the things that we have seen because it's all called as a e-learning. Yeah, somebody saying something. Is there anything, any problem, students?
No, sir, your voice is clear.
Yeah, okay. Then we'll proceed. Okay. Yeah. So the e-learning is what is called e-learning. What is the virtual e-learning? Virtual learning and e-learning is also same. And then we have seen about the classical learning versus virtual learning, right? This classical learning model, especially from because classical learning is normal learning that is in the classroom teaching that whatever that we are saying that it is that you are observing what normal pedagogy that we are using it's called a uh, classical learning. But what is the difference between because there is in the classical learning there is no non-reversible flow of information that is whatever that trainer or the learner no, whatever the trainer or teacher is delivering the content the learner should observe those things that's all there is no possibilities of acquiring more knowledge, right? That is called classical learning, yeah, right, because since whatever that we are teaching in the classroom there you don't have any ability that you don't have any access to verify the information whether that whatever that we are delivering is true or not. Because in the e-learning it's not like that. If I shared you a content that from the content that you can get many knowledge in the online, right? For example, if I am teaching about human resource management through the classical learning method, if you are sitting in the classroom just I am using the paper pen and board and all for teaching a HRM, then finally I will be saying this is HRM, this is performance appraisal, this is things that okay, so that you will be learning us and what you will do there is you don't have any access that you don't have any possibilities to verify the content is right or wrong because already that we have seen in seen in the very elaborate manner, okay. And also we have seen about interactive triangle. The interactive triangle is a three triangle. It's a major important for go for e-learning, that is instructor, other participant and environment. If you are a learner in the center part that you should have a contact with these three peoples it's most because if three peoples are okay only that you can better learning in the, you can do better learning in the e-learning method. That is what are the three dimensions, this three triangles, there is a three corner persons in the triangle, there is one is the instructor. You should have a good rapport, you should convenient, you should comfortable with the instructor first, and you should comfortable with the other participants who are all learning because for example around 30 to 40% that I am teaching about the HRM, all the 30 to 40% should cooperate to you to learn. If you are asking a question, if you have a clarification, they should not feel irritated, even they should also enjoy. Also when you are started to learning, if they are keep on giving a disturbance during the online classes, then also it will be affecting, right? It's another one is the environment, that is our home, our place and our infrastructure, our state infrastructure, our home infrastructure, everything should be good. Even if these things all will be good, then only that we can go for a better learning in the better learning experience in the e-learning. Otherwise definitely you will be active and you will not be learn anything. I'm sure that because for example if there is environment is not good, your home environment is not good, always there is small home, In a small home, there is a 10 persons are residing there. You don't have any separate room or studying something, but you have enrolled in the online courses. Just you are in a e-learning process. When you are providing a login ID and password, what will you do? Because sometimes in the 10 members, they are all sitting there, they are doing their own work. So you will be distracted, right? So that you cannot learn in a good way. Definitely you will be logging in and you will switch off your mic and you will be doing with other works. Even you cannot learn. Learning is just something that you are getting a knowledge insight, right? That is called learning. So that you will not be get according to me. Then these are the three triangles should be good. Even the participants also and the instructor also. Okay, if the instructor is not having a good knowledge about this, then that is also very difficult for you people. Okay, okay. That so today, have we seen these characteristics of e-learning that we are going to discuss about characteristics of e-learning today? Did we discuss, right?
No, sir, I guess we didn't discuss last time.
Today we have to discuss about characteristics. Okay, we have to start from the characteristics. I thought it is from here. Okay, what are the characteristics of e-learning? Now you know what is the e-learning. What are the difference between the classical learning as well as the e-learning, and what are the e-learning triangles? That is, what are the three major triangles? It's the interactive triangle. It should be important for the e-learning. Okay, these all the things. Now, how the key characteristics? What are the basic characteristics? Characteristics of e-learning. First thing is the e-learning outcomes extend beyond learning to strategic outcome. Okay, even when you are doing your own e-learning, it will be extending beyond learning. Whatever that you learn, your outcome will not stop into that learning. That you will go for a strategic outcome also. That you will start to apply when you are go for e-learning. This is what because the reason behind is, if you are using a classical learning, what will happen? Because even if I am teaching, this is a performance appraisal, this is the method. If I am using only classical method in the board method, that it will be, I will be giving you a choice. Now that you will be learning the output from my side only, what I am delivering about the content, that things only that you came to know. But when you are go for a e-learning, that you have many sources to learn, many information to learn available in the online, right? There is many expert, that the expert talk is there, that is also online learning. There is a Google is there is a many materials, not only that material which is I am providing. Apart from this, there are many materials are there that you can explore your knowledge in those areas in very deeply, right? That you can learn. For example, if you wanted to become a performance manager in the in a high reputed institution, in our institution organization, there what you are learning about the performance appraisal, that I will be teaching a performance appraisal in a small part. That from that, if you go for e-learning, there is a performance appraisal course, small course, from many inputs that you came to know. That what will you do? Because you will be getting a very clarity about the performance appraisal, then you will start out to apply when you are working. Because this is a practice. Because what are the practical difficulties, everything, that when you are keep on go for e-learning, because e-learning it's immediate learning. As I said, there is according to the classical learning, if I am providing the material, that material will be revised once or 2 years or 3 years, maybe without changing. That for the 10 to 15 years I am without updating the content, I will be teaching. But e-learning it's not like that. Even if I am not updating, someone will be updating. Even I know I will be feel little bit difficult to update in my e-learning, since it's I have to take a printout and all, right, in the classical learning. But in the e-learning, I will be updating the content in the single click, then it will be applicable to all. Because if I changed any correction in the hard copy of the notes, that copy has to be delivered to all the 20 to 40 students in the classes. But in the e-learning method, it is not like that, right? And so if it is any changes happen, that immediately I will be changing in the online, it will be replicates to you all, because it will be reflecting in all your portal, right? Am I right? For example, I'll be saying that there is that I am updating the video content in the ERP, right? So unfortunately I made some mistake in the content, because for instead of this video I will be updating another video. What will happen? I can change, right? Because that you will be learning this is what, because if I wanted to make any correction in that video, I wanted to make a correction in the notes itself that which are providing the EE material, immediately I will be changing in my material and I will be uploading here that all the students in the classes, right, around 40 students may get that corrected copy in a single time. That is advantages of e-learning, that you can update yourself, because when you are updating your knowledge through e-learning, that if you don't understand that from the word itself, that you can search in the Google and you can go for a many books and many materials that now it is available in the online, so that you will go for a better learning. So when after the e-learning, that because what are the outcome is beyond the learning. What is a learning outcome is something, because even when you are seeing your syllabus, that you came to know that what is a learning outcome. But when you go for e-learning, because the learning outcome, it is prepared based upon the faculties, that is a syllabus which is given for you study, for you to study, right? From that only that we are preparing the learning outcomes. So but when you go for e-learning, that you will go beyond beyond learning to strategic outcome. That is a formula they have given, that is a learning plus performance plus knowledgement plus human resources equal to human capital management. That is human resource management is something modernized. There is a human capital. Human is a one of the capital. Earlier it was a resource, right? When now in the technological world, they have been described that human as a capital. So capital management, human capital management. That is, they are in capital means it is an investment for the business, right? That is a prior first investment for the business is called as a capital, right? I am not that much strong in the finance, so you people know that capital is the first investment. That is a principal investment for the business. Like the human capital management is becoming the very important primary resources for the business. So the human capital management can be when the humans becoming a capital from the resource, when becoming a capital, when he is a learning, when he is a performing, when he is having a knowledge management. Knowledge management is, as I said, it is a knowledge acquiring, knowledge developing and knowledge transferring. When you are doing these three things, then when you are having when you are a human resource, when you are being good resources, then that human capital, you will becoming a human capital. Okay, hope we can manage. We have to use the human as a capital management. That is one of the, like, for example, that if you are investing 25 lakhs or 40 lakhs as a capital, at the same time, that how intellectual persons that we are investing in our business also, that our business will be increasing, right? So that when we will implement, when we are how to get that human capital, that is who is a good learner, good performer, good knowledge manager, and good human resources only, that called as a human capital, right? So that we have to manage through the e-learning. All the things that we can do. That's a learning, we can make them learn through e-learning, we can make them perform through e-learning, we can make them to have a good knowledge management through e-learning, we can make them a good human resource through e-learning. This is what they are coming to say, because they will be, their outcome is beyonding the that is learning to the strategic outcome. Okay, that is okay. The second thing is, e-learning is much more than e-training for skill outcomes. Okay, already that whether that we have seen about e-training, I don't know. E-performance appraisal, e-selection, oh my god, we don't have, right? Even in our syllabus we don't have. Okay, e-learning is much more than e-training for skill outcomes. Okay, let me post you a question, that is, can you differentiate the training versus learning? What is your understanding in the terms of training? Please, anyone?
Means physical involvement, sir.
Physical involvement. Okay, when the e-training? I'm not getting
So
you.
I think e-training, sir, can I say?
Yeah.
Sir, I think e-training is like the skills that we learn through digital mode.
That okay, right? Because the thing that we learn through digital mode, that you already said, it is you are learning through digital mode, then it is comes to e-learning, right? right? That already you said that is you are learning through digital mode. Already learning through digital mode, then it is comes under e-learning. I am asking what is called e-training.
Confused, sir.
Confused, yeah, that is, yeah. Training is that a learning that you can do by yourself, but training it should be given by others, right? Even from the e-training, for example, if I am training you how to operate payroll software in the organization, right? I will be giving you a demonstration through the e-training is conducting the training through the online mode. For example, there I will be training you through this, for example, this type of Cisco Apex Meet, how to do. First you have to press this, next you have to press this, that you have to press this. Then I will be giving you a demonstration, right? That I will be exploring your that my skills to you, right? That is demonstration. It's called training. The trained by others. You could not learn by your own. If you can learn by your own, then it is comes under the e-learning. Hope you can understand. Training is given by me. Learning is do by your own. That is, there is no tutor will be there. Tutor will be there, that they will be preparing the notes and they will be summing. They will be giving you a notes and you have to learn by your own. If you have any doubt, you can ask with your tutor. That is called e-learning. But the e-training, whatever the things, I will be demonstrating how to operate, how to do everything. This without the trainer that you cannot learn. For example, now it is called a, we cannot say it is a e-learning, that is a classes and all that. Whatever that you are doing is, we will be, that is, we may take it as this is e-training, right? But from the content which is I am given, that you will be learning for the extra that by your own, then it is called e-training. For example, that nowadays that many software, right? What that is ERP, Tally ERP, that now we are properly using for our organization for the what things, for managing the accounts and all, right? So if you are joined as an accountant, there is a two processes there. E-learning, I will be giving you a manual. You have to learn how the Tally ERP is working. That you have to learn. You have to learn everything is by your own, by operating. Oh, you have to open this, how to install it, where to enter, what is accounts, what is debit, what is payment, what is receipt, what is contra, what is the entry, everything. Yeah, right. For the purchase entry, how to make a purchase entry, how to make a payment entry, how to make a receipt entry, how to enter debtors, how to enter the sundry debtors, how to enter the sundry creditors, right? It's all the thing that you will be learning by your own, by the given material, or else that you or else with available resources, then it is comes under the e-learning. But the e-training, I will be teaching you through online. I will be I will be feed you. First you press this. First you do this. Second do this. That is called e-training. That is one on one. There are one on many, one to many, or one on one. The training that we can make. Now you can understand, right? What is training and what is learning? Hope I can understand. Hope you all can understand. Or want to repeat it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now you understand the difference between the e-learning and e-training. But for exam, now you can understand the second point. E-learning is much more than e-training for skill outcomes. Since if I am teaching you, that you will be acquiring from my knowledge and you will be known something. When you started to operate the Tally ERP, I am telling, ideally this is the way, that's all. Okay. I can tell you, right? This is the way that you can operate this. After you learning this, you will not go for the further learning. But if you go for e-learning, you will be starting from your own interest, from the installation onwards, how to do it, how to this, because each and every entry you will be learning, then your skill outcomes is very good. If any problems comes, immediately you can resolve by your own. Since that it is everything is learned by yourself. No one will is teaching you, right? So that is why the e-learning is much more than e-training for skill outcomes. Your skill outcomes is a very good. Okay. Then E-learning involves information and communication technology. uh, E-learning information and communication technology, yeah, without internet or intranet, that e-learning is won't be possible. Since I have to upload the material, because if you don't have internet, then you cannot access the ERP portal, right? So that in information and communication technology is mostly involvement, because for the other even for the classical learning it is not necessary. Even if I don't have a PowerPoint, if I don't have anything, even if I don't have a blackboard, I can teach you, right? That can be classical learning. Even if I even there is no blackboard, there is no whiteboard, there is no smartboard in the classroom, just only the classroom and the space for the sitting only there, without chalk piece, without pen, without pencil, that I can teach you. That can be done in the classical learning. But in the e-learning, that it involves information and communication technology. Without those things, that it will not be good, because that's why that content or everything that can be accessed throughout the world. Okay, then e-learning is about people learning in a given context. It's about people learning. Yeah, it's a given context. It's about that how the people are learning. Because not only that, if you are a student, if you are a student of me, that I will be giving you a content. It's not mean that only you can study, right? So anyone can study, because if the content is available in general, it is about becoming a people learning. It's not only that if I am uploading on notes. If, for example, there are many websites that you can came to know, that SlideSearch, ResearchGate, Academia is all the website that there is a academic notes or everything that they have been circulated, right? So in that website that I am posting that this classes notes there, I will be using that Academia as a platform. But as a student of me, you can learn. At the same time, anyone can learn from those things, right? That even now you wanted to get a knowledge about it, you can refer the notes from, if it is available in the from the Cambridge University about this HRM, whatever that I am taught, I am teaching, that you will be getting a notes from the Cambridge University. Because that is why, because the Cambridge University professor prepared the notes for his student only. It is not for you, because he don't know that from the Assam Downtown University that one student will come and download the notes and he will learn. So in that aspect, he will not prepare the notes, right? That he prepared the notes for himself, for his student. But due to the e-learning, when it is uploaded, when it is available for the e-learning, even from the Assam Downtown University, you can download it. Even if the student is not studying the BBA or not studying the HR management, for to knowing something, that they can download it, right? So that is about the people learning. This is generalized in the given context. Okay, hope you can understand the characteristics, right, students?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, then we'll be teaching about the individual e-learning model. Sorry, how the e-learning model is working out. As I said, there is a three triangle is there here. How individual e-learning, for example, if you are a person, how you are understanding that is a e-learning, that is in the central that I think that image is visible. In the center there is a e-learning. In the left side, in the notes itself, that I have shared these things, right, that you came to know this. So their experience and their self-efficacy or their anxiety, their mental models and the learning styles, they all put together in the e-learning. Because whatever that experience, that self-efficacy, it's all that mental intelligence and the learning styles, it's all put together in the e-learning. After that you did a e-learning, okay, then you can see there is a learning outcomes, knowledge, performance improvement and confidence and meaning. You came to know about the meaning, about the concept, right? Because all the experience, because without experience that you cannot go to the e-learning, right? Without the self-efficacy, without you have, if you don't have a self-interest, that you will not learn in the e-learning. I'm sure that even I may force you to be in the class as a faculty for the attendance, that I may force you to be in the class. But the learning would be happen when you have own experience, when you have your self-efficacy or self-anxiety, your mental models and your learning styles. Learning styles differs from person to person, because how I am learning, the same way that you will not be learn. How you learn, the same way that the person B will not be learn, right? So it will be differs. You put all together in the e-learning when you go for e-learning. Okay, when after the e-learning you learn something, then what will come, that first you know about the meanings. then you will get a confidence about the title. Then your performance will improve, your knowledge will improve, then your learning outcomes. It's all these things, right? That you came to know. Okay, once it is comes, then your skills, knowledge, and behavior will be identified. Sometimes your behavior will be good, your skills will be enhanced, or sometimes because when you are putting all together in the e-learning, there is a knowledge learning outcomes. Learning outcomes may be a good or bad. Confidence level will come, whether the confidence level may increase or confidence level may decrease due to the some problems, because you are completely non-adaptable student for the e-learning method. Maybe it may happen. I am saying e-learning is a good method, but if I am asking you one rural people to learn immediately, I can say that is he will be improving his confidence, but something will confidence may improve, may decrease. Performance improvement may happen, may not be happen. Knowledge may increase or may not increase. It is up to the thing that which you are providing. That's your experience, your self-efficacy. It's all together only that you will get. Right? I am not saying that from because after that, after after the outcomes, that is learning outcomes, is all the things that we should check about the skills, knowledge, and behaviors of the individual persons. Right? So after that, whether that skill is good or knowledge is good, when the behavior is good, we have to that is becoming identity, and we get motivated. Again, we will learn some experience. Previous experience is differs after we go for e-learning. But the learning, because why that picture is going like this, the learning is a continuous process. Okay, throughout the well, once it is done, I told you right. Now you learned about the HRM. Okay, after that you joined as a HR manager, MBA HRM that you studied. Okay, you learned about the compensation management, performance management, everything that you are in at fingertips. You are the top person. You are the topper in the classes. 100 out of 100 in the subject, knowledge, seminar, everything, assignment. Okay, but after that, based on this credibility, you will be joined as a HR manager in a big concern also. But your learning should not be stopped, right? I told you there is a many new trends will come. That learning should not be stopped. So you should keep on identifying, and you should get motivated. Whenever that your skills and knowledges and behaviors are improving, you should identity and you should get motivated. And again that your experience will be changing. Then again that new experience will be put into the e-learning. Then again learning outcomes, that performance knowledges, it's also should be increasing. So that individual e-learning should be like this. Right? Okay. Any doubt? Students, any doubt?
No, sir.
Yeah, but the principles of e-learning, it will go along with there's a 12 principle. So that principles that we'll see in the next class. If you have any doubt, then you can ask now, or else that I will note down the attendance. Okay, you don't have any doubt, students?